Tim Andrews. I'm the chairman of LoveBrum and also the chairman of Hollywood Monster. In a nutshell, LoveBrum is a platform. We give a voice, we showcase small volunteer-led organisations here in the city that are working hard to make the city a better place. They're organisations charitable organisations that, by the services that they do, make the city a much better place. As I say, volunteer-led organisations, but usually organisations that don't have that big powerful voice to the worldwide and certainly the local corporate businesses. So we give them that platform to shout about what they do, and hopefully in time people will take them on as their chosen charity too. It's about raising awareness for those organisations, and of course promoting our great city as well. Well, LoveBrum was founded by, there's three of us actually, myself, Dave McLean and PJ. We sat in a pub in Birmingham actually, just talking about what we felt that was needed. And we just felt that, one, the city needed promoting. Us Brummies were very, very quick to not sort of champion our city. And we felt that LoveBrum had a place in order to do that. And the best way of doing that is promoting the people, the organisations within the city. And we felt that there's a big gap in the city here. And thankfully, it's been well received. The many thousands of pounds that we've raised to date to all the small organisations across the city. We are a membership organisation. We ask people to contribute to a yearly subscription. And we obviously raise money as well. But also what's really important is every single penny raised for the charity goes through to the causes. So in effect, we're 100% efficient. So every single penny donated to the charity goes through to our organisations that we choose to support. And our overheads are covered by corporate sponsorship. So we offer various different corporate sponsorship packages that basically pay for our staff that we hire in our HQ. As I said, every pound raised goes through to the causes. We only support small volunteer-led organisations, so we don't support organisations as good as they are with large fundraising departments. Some of the larger charities that we have here in the city. So we just focus on the small charity, the small organisations, the small projects that are making change and bringing change to our city. And we feel that a pound goes a long way in those organisations, and I think that's what really defines us. I think LoveBrum, when we first started the charity, I felt that the city really needed a bit of a push, a bit of promotion. Other cities in the UK that we're competing with, the likes of Manchester, Liverpool, Leeds, the citizens of those cities are very proud of their city. They sort of almost beat the chest that they're from Liverpool, they're from Manchester. You don't tend to find that was the case in Birmingham so much. And I just felt that, or we felt that Birmingham needs just that little bit of reminding, I think, more than anything. The citizens of Birmingham need reminding how good our city is. I read something this morning, there's an article of somebody's 5 favourite cities. It's Birmingham, 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 Birmingham. And I think that's what LoveBrum really, is there to do, is to really promote the city. And the best way of doing that is by promoting its citizens. Because we do have some great people here in the city. It's a very diverse, inclusive city, and something that we should be very proud of. Well, first and foremost, all the people, majority of the trustees, they're all volunteers of LoveBrum. They all work in their own organisations. I don't think there's any one person that's not been affected by it. And of course, LoveBrum has been affected by it as well, quite massively. Not only LoveBrum ourselves, but our charities that we support too. It's been a massive shock and a wake-up call, I think, to most people, and it's made us look at what we do and how we do it. Thankfully, our overheads are quite small, but we've managed to get funding from the National Lottery yet again, which has helped us keep the doors open. We used to showcase a cause every week, and of course going out to see unearth these causes on a weekly basis during COVID, during lockdown, is just impossible. So we took the decision to actually just focus on organisations that are delivering change or delivering support to the City of Birmingham during the COVID period, and we chose 4 or 5 organisations that are doing just that, supporting the people that have been affected by the COVID pandemic. Me being chairman obviously comes an ambassadorial role too, something I'm very proud of. I'm a very proud Brummie. I think actually being, we have many chosen ambassadors that support the organisation, and I know for a fact they're all very proud. I think it just means, something that's sort of say on your chest that you're a proud Brummie, and you're trying to do the right thing and make the city a better place. So during the COVID, we come up with a campaign called #OneBrum, and it sort of really tried to signify that we're all in it together, sort of unity. And I think one thing that's for sure during the COVID, we have seen that unity lost a little bit. I think a lot of people's opinions are differing, and social media, you see a lot of people sort of fighting against each other just because they've got a different opinion to theirs. And I think OneBrum, #OneBrum is all about trying to bring the city together, and the causes that we've been supporting during the lockdown is being offering support to children that have lost parents through the disease, through the virus. There's another organisation, Ladywood Helpers, which basically is a sort of parcel prescription type collection service, delivery service, and also general shopping and that type of thing for people who are in isolation, and that's been very good. Another organisation called the Coleridge Trust that we're supporting, and that's giving youngsters, and obviously during the pandemic it's the younger ages that have lost their jobs, giving them work experience, giving them sort of mental and wellbeing support, health and wellbeing. So some really awesome projects that are really supporting people through the pandemic. I think that's what's really attractive to LoveBrum, is that we can choose the types of organisations that we support, that the city at that current time most needs. And of course during the pandemic, that is some of these families do really need that support. But what we are doing, and what we have been doing, is some online sort of virtual events. So we're doing a half marathon in October. So that gives everyone the ability to go and run their own half marathon. Whether you walk it, whether you run it, that's entirely up to yourselves. And where you do it as well, which I think is more important, because obviously we're all working sort of quite remote to each other. You can get up and go and do it in Solihull Hall, where you live, or in Small Heath, or wherever so it's local to yourself. So that's actually quite good. There's also it's an event that's actually been organised by some of our supporters, which is a running tour of Birmingham, which I think is quite good. It's 5 and 10k runs around the city of Birmingham, of interest, so it gives people who are perhaps new to the area the ability to not only run, but also to see the city at the same time. So there's lots of events like that we're doing. There's a photographic competition as well. So we're trying to promote the city. Obviously everyone's vision of the city is very different, and the whole idea of the photographic one is to capture people's what their view is of the city, whether it's architecture, whether it's landscape, or people, and I think that's quite a good one. And of course, we're looking for the cake sales, the baking, the dress down Fridays, that type of thing as well. Looking for supporters to raise money for us, and the promise to our supporters is that every single penny that we get donated to us goes through to the causes. We don't take any money out. There's lots of charities out there that donate £1 and only 20 or 30p gets through to the coalface. Every single penny of that pound gets through to the coalface here at LoveBrum, which I think is quite a strong promise, really. Right, so if you're a business owner or you are in a position of influence in your business, you can get your business to support LoveBrum. Without the corporate support, we would not be here. So it's really important that we get more corporate support. So all the downtown businesses that that do support downtown can also support LoveBrum. And of course, people can become members. You get a card as well, which gets you discounts in lots of retailers and restaurants in the city. And of course, that money then also goes through to the causes as well. So we need, well, my vision is for every Brummie to be a member of LoveBrum. It's very cheap. It's not a lot of money. It's a round of drinks each year, and it's not a lot to ask, I don't think, really, for the work that we're trying to do and the changes that we're trying to make. I've been involved with Hollywood Monster. I think we're the first organisation in the city to join downtown. But it's not about my business. It's LoveBrum. I think our missions are really quite aligned. They're pretty much, you're promoting and you're celebrating businesses and business people within the city. And that's what LoveBrum's doing as well, is showcasing and promoting the good of the city, through the charities and the projects that we support. So they're very well aligned to one another. But Downtown in Business gives us a platform in order for us to shout about what we're doing. Charity is not always about money, actually giving us the exposure that we need in order to give our charities the exposure. It's fantastic that the platform that you give us and the support that you give us. And I think Downtown has become established as one of the premier networking organisations in the city. And I'd like to think that LoveBrum is equally in stature, from the charity world. So I think it's a partnership that's complements each other, really.